Raise your hand if you've ever taken out the trash. Ever. Okay, so most of us. So if you've ever taken out the trash, you've probably wondered where the trash goes. It doesn't magically just vanish into thin air, you know. It does seem like magic, though. It has to go somewhere, right? So I've often thought of this, but I found out really where it goes, you know, the science behind it, in my senior year of high school in my environmental science class. I was pretty interested by it, and that's really what inspired me to do this presentation for y'all today. So today I'm going to talk about the life cycle of trash, the science of landfills, and the impact of landfills on its environment. So, okay, so the life cycle of trash. According to the article Life Cycle of Trash from advanceddisposals.com, trash goes from the collection to transfer stations and then onto their designated facilities, such as landfills or compost areas or recycle storage areas. So the collection, that's where your trash actually is taken from your home or from the municipal area to its transfer station. And what that is that it sorts out all the trash that's recyclable, that can go into compost, that can go into landfills, and from there it's taken to those facilities. But we're going to go into more in depth on landfills, really. So the evolution of landfills started out just as open dumps. Really, it really goes from anywhere from, well, according to Philip Rushbrook, waste management started out as open dumps to controlled landfills and then to engineered landfills, which has more technical aspects to the landfill, more like scientific thought behind it, and then to sanitary landfills, which where we are today with most advanced countries with sanitary landfills. So pretty much as population density and as industrialization increases, so does the waste produced by humans and by cities. And so the actual construction of a landfill. So it's not just a hole in the ground. A sanitary landfill really has layers. It has to have layers to protect the trash, of course, from getting into the surrounding environment. So starting from the bottom up, the very blue section A is the groundwater, and then above that is a compact clay layer, and then above that is a plastic liner, and then from there it's a geotextile mat, and then from there it's gravel, and then that pipe is called the leachate collection pipe, which we'll get to here in a minute, and then from there there's a drainage layer to let the leachate come through, and then soil, and then from there there's a cell, the old cell layer, and then above that is a new cell layer. So what is a cell, you ask? It's just trash. It's the trash, pretty much. They don't throw all the trash in one huge pile. They put the trash in individual piles and then surround those individual piles with a barrier of soil and dirt. And then they use heavy machinery to compact those cells down, so there's more room for additional trash on top of that. And then whenever a landfill is totally full, to top it off, they put a layer of soil on top of that, of natural soil and vegetation to try and reclaim the old environment that was there previous to the landfill's existence. So back to that leachate collection pipe. Really, what is leachate? Well, leachate is the runoff from from the trash on top. Like whenever it rains and there's an open landfill, the water has to percolate down somewhere, right? So it's that water that goes through all the trash is called the leachate. And so the leachate is really where landfills can become detrimental to an environment. If there isn't a leachate collection pipe, the leachate will find a way to the groundwater underneath. So according to the article, What is a Sanitary Landfill from web.mit.edu, if a liner system is provided in a landfill without a system of leachate collection, all leachate will eventually reach the surrounding environment. So the leachate collection pipe is really one of the most important aspects of a landfill. So from the leachate collection pipe, it goes into a holding pond that is treated on site, much like wastewater treatment. And then from there, it's still not exactly environmentally safe. So it's then trucked to a wastewater treatment plant, and from there, it's treated much like sewer. So what happens if a landfill doesn't have this leachate collection pipe? Well, it's not very good. Most third world countries have just open dumps. They just throw trash into rivers and just put it wherever. They don't have an engineered way to manage their waste. So what it can do is leachate is found to have traces of ammonia in it, which is detrimental, of course, to any environment or ecosystem. And surrounding towns that drink out of well water, well water is just groundwater pretty much. And so if there's ammonia and leachate getting into the groundwater, they're drinking that well water, and that's not good. So and it also disrupts the pH levels in the surrounding environments. If you've ever owned a fish, you know you have to keep up with its different acidic levels in the tank and stuff, or else it's just gonna die. And that's much like an environment. You know, you gotta keep up its normal safe levels, and with outside levels like that, it's not good for the environment. So, in conclusion, where there's people, there's trash. My environmental science teacher used to say people are pretty trashy. There's a lot of trash that's made in cities and in large population dense areas, and hopefully by now you know where your trash goes whenever you kick it to the curb. And thanks for listening, guys.